dead bird in the girl's hand came back to life. Her friends were amazed at what they saw. At night, Sarah told her mom that God was taking her to heaven. Mom thought her daughter was full of shit, so she told Sarah to go to sleep. But that night, Sarah started to run a high fever. Her mother called a doctor to check her out. The doctor said that Sarah had just caught a cold. But as soon as the doctor left, Dad found a painting in Sarah's room, a glowing figure on the lake. Sarah said it was the God she had seen before. The next day, Sarah gave Mark a painting. Mark was so happy to see it, but he knew he couldn't be like this. And that's when it happened. A car hit and killed a puppy. Sarah slowly knelt down, closed her eyes and began to pray. And the next moment, the dead dog miraculously came back to life. Everyone around her watched in amazement. Mark asked Sarah to pray for him too. Sarah took Mark's hand and began to pray for him. The miracle didn't happen. But the next day, Mark realized he could move his toes. The doctors told Mark that he would never walk again. And then he walked out of the room. And just then, Mark walked out with his dad by his side. He stood up. Early the next morning, Sarah's house was filled with people. They had come to ask Sarah to help them heal. Sarah stepped outside. She started praying for the girl with cancer. And the next moment, the little girl's face turned bright red. Then Sarah came to the blind girl. She took the girl's hand and prayed for her. A figure appeared behind Sarah. It was he who gave Sarah the power to heal. Sarah continued to heal, but then Sarah's face turned pale. She fainted in her father's arms. It turns out that the price of saving these people was the loss of her own health. Her parents took her to the hospital. The doctors did a thorough physical examination and came up with an unfortunate result. Sarah had a malignant tumor. Her mother did not accept this fate. Sarah overheard everything. Sarah asked her grandfather to take her to the lake again. Then her mother took her to the hospital. Sarah was getting weaker every day. In order to fulfill Sarah's last wish, all of Grandpa's family gathered. They made a plan to steal Sarah from the hospital. Grandpa came to the hospital room to distract his parents. Then he pushed Sarah's double in. The brother put Sarah in a wheelchair. He took Sarah out of the hospital as quickly as possible. They finally made it to the lake. My brother held Sarah in his arms and prayed, but the miracle didn't happen. Eventually, Sarah lost her breath in her parents' arms, and just then, a bright light suddenly appeared. A figure slowly emerged from the light, and Sarah's soul slowly left her body, and then disappeared into the lake. Everyone there was stunned. Everything the girl said was true. At the end of the day, picked up Sarah's cold body and left. Mom went to Grandpa and apologized for the painting. At that moment, my brother's girlfriend found another painting. The brother went to Sarah's bedside. He prayed, and a miracle happened. Sarah's face turned red. The next moment, she was alive. This angel of God's choice had returned to earth. She said God brought her back to help more people.